hopefully. Ah, shit, welcome! Hello there, good old, great, glorious destroyer and burger. How, yes. No, that wasn't it. Do I want to do that? No! There we go. I am currently becoming a burnt bird. There we go. That's not the right song either. I do kind of want to do this for Mythology Morning. Hold up. But no. Eh. I mean, a full party would be. Oh wait, no, that's not the right thing. Nee. That was only Pluto. Okay, no. Ba-da-ba. Let's see. There we go. Welcome. There, I got it. I got brain. My brain's been got. No, that's not it. I'm just trying to find music because I completely forgot about music. Hey, yo! That's bad. This is. Wait, pause. Well, no. There we go. Alright, better. Ooh, I don't like bird cages. That's the problem. But it is shiny. And is that Aurora? Is that Oh, I thought that was an A. I thought there was cake. Coke or Pepsi? Coke or Beppis? Or Pilk? Alright. I think now's a good time to get into good old section of what bleh. No, I didn't know it. Freaking failed 2 words. I can't read anything for some reason on Twitch. Ah, that's why I forgot to refresh. I'm stupid. No, that happened. Hi, Owen. Welcome. I'm sorry. No, I'm not forgetting about Twitch. I just had a malfunction. But with that, we are getting into the nitty gritty of the. No, I'm never saying that. We're gonna be talking about the more generic ones. I have one. No. I'm not using my dumb post-it note. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about the good old, not generic ones, but the good old 12 Olympians today. I wanted to talk about like the lesser gods, but it's good to start with the more popular ones. Like the Titans start. Bingo, Elwood! Yeah, good old Edith Hamilton. So this is on like page 17. Yeah, I think so. Is it on page 17? Do I know? Yeah, it is. Also, my hair is getting in the way because I accidentally cut it, but it's fine. Ah. So yeah, for once, I'm starting from the beginning instead of diverting straight to the center with the Trojan War. A good thing about this is like the gods. The strange, clouded fragments of an ancient glory, late lingers of the company divine. They breathe that a far world where they breathe of that far world wherefrom they come. Yeah. Lost halls of heaven and Olympian air. The Greeks did not believe that the gods created the universe. It was the other way around, where the universe created the gods. And before there were gods, heaven and earth had been formed. They were the first parents. The Titans were their children, and the gods were their grandchildren. And a PDF, nice. Happy. Roman version, yeah. But what was a Greek name for Uranus? I forgot. Wait, no. But here's the thing: the Titans, they were called like elder gods. They were the old one. I can't do it. No, but the elder gods were for untold ages supreme in the universe. So they were like of enormous size, incredible strength. Yeah. That's the thing. It was Saturn. That was that was Kronos. So I think, yeah, you're right. But yeah, no, there were many of them. They were enormous in size, incredible strength. There are only few appeared in stories of mythology, though. Especially the most important being Kronos, freaking Saturn. He ruled over other titans until his son dethroned him. Because, eating children isn't a very good dietary thing. But no, Zeus seized power for himself. No. Thank you for the burger. I'm not Cronus. That burger wait, no. No, the Romans said that when Jupiter, or their name for Zeus, ascended to the throne, Saturn fled to Italy and brought in the Golden Age. Video, welcome! I know. Oh, perfect. I eat children. Wait, no. Oh, video, welcome! We're talking about the beginning times. But yeah, no, Saturn fled to Italy. Said like, yo, I'm gonna create the Golden Age, a time of perfect peace and happiness, joy. It lasted about as long as he reigned. And, the other notable titans were Ocean, the river that was supposed to encircle the earth, his wife, Tethys, Hyperion, the father of the sun, the moon, the dawn, wait, how do I pronounce? Mnemosyne. Which one is silent? Aw, alright, Ellen. Hopefully I'll see you soon. But yeah, Miss Menosma. Monoma. Yeah. This is true video. This is very, yeah. I'll just call her Memory. The Dawn Minimus Mimosa? No, Mnemosyne, probably, or Memory. Thamus, or Atlas, who bore the world on his shoulder, and Prometheus, who was the savior of mankind. Alright. I think I made this too loud. Yes, yeah. I don't know if there's a silent letter in that, but yeah. I'm just calling them memory. Yeah, that Prometheus. Nemosine, thank you. Now that, yeah. I didn't know which one was silent. That was, nah. But yeah, Nemosine or memory, yeah. Then Prometheus, savior of mankind, the dude that stole fire from the gods, yeah. No, these alone among the older gods were not banished with coming of Zeus, but they took a lower place. Yeah. Prometheus, here's the thing, Titans were known as like elder gods, so it still counts. Or like seen as older gods, in a way. I ruined it. I think I brought smiles, but I've mainly murdered it. But yeah, thank you, bitch, y'all. But yeah, no, the 12 great Olympians were supreme among the gods who succeeded the Titans. And they were called the Olympians because, Olympus, their home. Yeah, next to the primordial, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, what Olympus was, however, is kind of hard to say. Because there is no doubt that at first it was held to be mountaintop. Generally identified with Greece's highest mountains. It's just Mount Olympus and Thessaly. I don't think I said that right. The northeast of Greece, pretty much, was that's just where Mount Olympus is. But even in the earliest Greek poem, the Iliad, there was the idea of beginning to give away the idea of an Olympus in some mysterious region far beyond. And my first exposure to Greek mythology was probably when I was around 5. It was a long time ago. It was one of the first books that my grandpa got me. But even before then, it wasn't exactly. I think my first exposure was, not Grandpa Zeus, Grandpa Crow. The Grandpa Crow was the one who sort of gave me a picture book for Greek mythology. No Greek one. For I am a Tengu. But if I were, it would most likely be Hermes. Mischievous, chaotic, fun, hopefully. I'd say I'm pretty fast. Not fast enough to know, maybe battle a plane, but yeah. Oh yeah, Hercules is a fun movie. The thing is, the amount of times I had to write a report on, there was one time I had to write a report on the thing, what's wrong with everything inaccurate with Hercules. That wasn't as fun. I just wanted to watch it and, have a fun time. But welcome! But yeah, no. 12 great Olympians, supreme among gods who succeeded the Titans. But yeah, Olympus was their home. Oh yeah, no, chaos, yeah. I mean, even among the Iliad, the idea of beginning to give away the idea of Olympus in some mysterious region far above the mountains and earth. One passage, Zeus talks to the gods from the topmost peak of many ridged Olympus, clearly a mountain. And even so, it is not heaven, for Homer makes Poseidon say that he rules the sea, Hades the dead, Zeus the heavens, but Olympus is common to all three. Wherever it was, the entrance to it was a great gate of clouds kept by the seasons. And within were the gods' dwellings, where they lived and slept and feasted on ambrosia, nectar, and listened to Apollo's lyre. It was an abode of perfect blessedness. No wind, Homer says, ever shakes the untroubled peace of Olympus. No rain ever falls. No snow. But the cloudless firmament, there we go, stretches around it on all sides. The white glory of sunshine is diffused upon its walls. But yeah, the Roman names like Zeus, Jupiter, good old chief. Yeah. His two brothers, Poseidon, Neptune, Hades, Pluto. Then we have Hestia or Vesta, their sister. Hera or Juno, Zeus's wife. And then Ares, Mars, their son. And or more of Zeus's children, which might go on for a while. No, but we have Athena or Minerva, Apollo, Aphrodite, Venus, Hermes, Mercury, Artemis, Diana. And Hera's son, Hephaestus, just a Vulcan. Also sometimes said to be a son of Zeus too. There's really, yeah. Yeah. I always liked that thought. That the sky was completely, like, separate. There being sort of a different dwelling. It was always a cool thought as a kid too. That I can maybe like ascend to the skies, become a godly crow, but then it's like that would probably not end well. But we are starting with Zeus. For he and his brothers drew lots for their share of the universe. The sea fell to Poseidon, the underworld to Hades. Zeus became the supreme ruler. He was like the lord of the sky, the rain god, the cloud gatherer, who wielded the awful thunderbolt. His power was greater than all of the other divinities together. And I think I still had my echo on. That was bad. Okay. In the Iliad, he tells his family, I am the mightiest of all. Make trial that you may know, fasten a rope of gold to heaven, and lay hold every god and goddess. You cannot drag down Zeus. But if I wish to drag you down, then I would. Bring the echo back, just a little bit. But no, the rope I would bind to a pinnacle of Olympus, and all would hang in the air, yes. The very earth and the sea too. But yeah, by drawing lots, I create abomination. Nevertheless, he was not omnipotent. He was not omnipotent or omniscient either. He could be opposed and deceived. You know, Poseidon dupes him in the Iliad, and so does Hera. Sometimes, too, the mysterious power of fate is spoken as stronger than he. Homer makes Hera ask him scornfully if he proposes to deliver from death a man fate has doomed. But he is represented as falling in love with one woman after another and descending to all manner of tricks to hide his infidelity from his wife. And you know, the explanation why such actions were ascribed to the most majestic of the gods is, you know, the scholars say that the Zeus song and story has been made by combining many gods. Ah, yes, Elwin. The unconstrainable lust. But when his worship spread to a town where there was already a divine ruler, the two slowly fused into one. The wife of the early god was then transferred to Zeus. The result, however, was unfortunate, and the later Greeks did not like these endless love affairs. Still, even the earliest record of Zeus had grandeur. For in the Iliad, Agmen- Agmen- Agmenona- Agmen- I know how to say this too. Wait, shit. Agmenon. Agmem. Agmenon. I had it before. Wait, no. I practiced this. I practiced saying this one too. No. Here's the thing. Some of his infidelity was because, yeah. You know what I'm trying to get across. The Agamemnon. Yeah, Agamemnon. I practiced this earlier too. Agamemnon was like, he praised Zeus, most glorious, most great, you know, god of the storm cloud from men. I mean, god of the storm cloud, thou that dwellest in the heavens. He demanded too, not only sacrifices from men, but right action. Yeah, yeah. But the Greek army at Troy is told, Father Zeus never helps liars or those who break their oath. The two ideas of him, the low and the high, persisted side by side for a long time. And yeah, here's the thing, multiple stories of Zeus. It wasn't just Zeus. Zeus was just combined into one being. So his infidelity just kind of broadened. it got worse. He was like collecting lustful stories like Pokemon. But no, uh, his breastplate was the Aegis, awful to behold. His bird was the eagle, his tree the oak, his oracle was Dodona in the land of oak trees. The god's will was revealed by the rustling of the oak leaves, which the priest interpreted. And then that was just Zeus. But now let's just move on to his wife. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Zeus was kind of the patron bleh, of hospitality. No, I kind of want to I kind of see an anime just like, yo, the Greeks' unhealthy obsession with tragedy and just harem. It's just Zeus. But speaking of his infidelity, you can't really be unfaithful unless you have a wife. So, who is his wife? Who is Hera? Who is Juno? Yeah, no, hospitality. Yeah. But no, let's talk about Zeus's wife and sister. For the Titans, Ocean and Tethys brought her up. She was the protector of marriage. Married women were her peculiar care. For there is very little that is attractive in the portrait that poets draw of her, for she is called, indeed, in an early poem. Golden Throne Hera. Wait, no, I want my echo. Welcome, tracks. But yeah, no. Golden Throne Hera, among immortals, the queen, chief among them in beauty, the glorious lady, all the blessed. I can spell. All the blessed in high Olympus revere, honor, even as Zeus, the lord of the thunder. No, I'm talking about Hera. Yeah, Zeus is Zeus' sister and or wife. Yeah. But here's the thing. When any accounts of her gets down to details, it shows her chiefly engaged in punishing the many women that Zeus fell for. And even when they yielded only because he coerced or tricked them, it made no difference to Hera how reluctant any of them were or how innocent. For the goddess treated them all alike. Incest is incest, not in this case, Here's the thing. Her implacable anger, they followed them and their children too. She never forgot an injury. Exactly, Vijaya. But the Trojan War would have ended in an honorable peace, leaving both sides unconquered, if it had not been for her hatred of a Trojan who had judged another goddess lovelier than she. The wrong of her slighted beauty remained with her until Troy fell in ruins. In one important story, though, the quest of the Golden Fleece, she's the gracious protector of heroes and the inspirer of heroic deeds, but not in any other. For nevertheless, she was venerated in each home, and she was the goddess married women turned to for help. Ilithia, who helped women in childbirth, was Hera's daughter. The cow and the peacock were sacred to her, and Argos was her favorite city. But yeah, it's a yeah. But how dare the whole thing. But speaking of cursed, let's talk about Poseidon. good old next up. He is cursed just for the amount of beings he has, not quite just humans. Nobody likes Aquaman. No. Welcome back, Jax. But yeah, no, how are you? He's kinda chill, mostly. Oh, I'm doing alright. Thank you. But yeah, no. Poseidon, ruler of the sea, Zeus's brother, second only to him in eminence. The Greeks on both sides of the Aegean were seamen, and the god of the sea was all important to them. His wife, Amphitrite, a granddaughter of the Titan Ocean, Poseidon had a splendid palace beneath the sea. Oh yeah. But he was oftener to be found in Olympus. Besides being Lord of the Sea, he gave the first horse to man, and he was honored as much for the one, for the other. It's a full thing. For Lord Poseidon, from you this pride is ours, the strong horses, young horses, and also the ruler of the deep. Different type of seamen. But storm and calm were under his control, for he commanded, and the storm wind rose in the surges of the sea. But when he drove his golden car over the waters, the thunder of the waves sank into stillness, and tranquil peace followed his smooth rolling wheels. For he was commonly called Earthshaker, and was always shown carrying his trident, the three-pronged spear, with which he would shake and shatter wherever he pleased. He had some connections with bulls as well as horses, but the bull is connected with many other gods too. Not as a son. But it's a thing, whether it was the Cyclops or the Minotaur or the centaur or the like hey, I can spell the steer, I can spear the steer, or the tartar. Yeah, no, Medusa gave birth to like a flying heart. Yeah, yeah. Welcome, Bubbles the bunny girl. How are you? But yeah, no. Here's the thing. Perseus cut off Medusa's head. She did not deserve that. She was at the temple of Athena too. She was like in some variants she was asking for help. She did not like this. It was not a good old time. You know, in some stories it is said, I mean in some variants, it's said that Athena turned Medusa into a gorgon to protect her. But in others, it was said to be a punishment. But yeah. The flying board just came from Zeus like in, I don't know, honestly. I know the story's in here somewhere though. For a lot of pages. Yeah, some ASMR book noises, you know. But yeah. Thank you for the pink penna. Oh my, wait, pause. Thank you. Blah. Thank you. Here's the thing. We have already talked about two brothers. Two of the brothers. Now let's talk about the third. The one who's said to be the most chill? Mostly. Thank you, Jack. This is me. The one said to be the most chill in some versions. In others, less. Yeah, no, here's the thing. Pluto's planet got demoted. You know Havoc's gonna happen. Oh yeah, no, Hades is a chill dude. I like this. I like the version where he's just like, yo, let's just make a deal. You know, he talked with Hermes. It's just like, hey, I don't think Persephone wants to go back. Like, she totally can. You know, maybe for like 6 months in a year, but yeah, no, he rarely gets mad. He's a pretty chill dude. But he was also the third brother among Olympians, who drew for his share of the underworld and rule over the dead. He was also called Pluto, god of wealth and the precious metals hidden in the earth. The Romans as well as the Greeks called him by this name, but often they translated it into this, or like the Latin word for rich. He has been like a far-famed cap or helmet, which made whoever wore it invisible. Oh yeah, no, Persephone does fall in love with him. But in some cases, it is said that it's either a Stockholm syndrome or another of just natural, you know? Persephone. I didn't. Wait, what? Did I say Persephone? It's better than me saying Persephone. I'm good, mostly. Should I just call her Kore? No, that was like her before underworld name. You know, it's yeah. But no, it was rare for Hades to sort of leave his dark realm to visit Olympus or Earth for that matter. He was never really urged to do so. Welcome Pantata. But yeah, no, he wasn't really a welcome visitor, so to say. Hades was not the greatest guest. But he was chill. He just had a dark aura wherever he went. But he was unpitying, inexorable, just a terrible, not evil god, just terrible, I guess, so to say. Like his wife was Persephone. Proserpine? Oh, Proserpine. Nah. I definitely said that one wrong. Persephone. Whom he carried away from the earth, made queen of the lower world. He was king of the dead, not death himself. Not Death himself, who the Greeks called Thanatos, and the Romans Orcus. Very different dude. Yeah. But no, otherwise, Hades, maybe not the best house guest, but pretty chill lover, you know? The god of the dead, but not the god of death. Not of death itself, yeah. But with that, we're gonna move on from the three. And moving on to Athena, badass in the arena, unmatched witty and queen of the best strategies we've seen. She was the daughter of Zeus alone. No mother bore her. Full grown, full armor, she sprang from his head. Like, in the earliest account of her, the Iliad, she is a fierce and ruthless battle goddess. But elsewhere, she was, warlike only to defend the state and the home from outside enemies. Of Orpheus yet? No, not yet, not yet. Not yet. Did I? No, not yet. Not yet. I had to double check. No, I'm on page 24 if you wanna join Ellen. But yeah, no, she came from Zeus's migraine. Which would make sense, for she was preeminently the goddess of the city, the protector of civilized life, of handicrafts and agriculture, the inventor of the bridle, who first tamed horses for men to use. She was also Zeus's favorite child. She may have come out of his migraine, but you know, he trusted her to carry the awful ages, his buckler from his devastating weapon, the thunderbolt. Oh, yeah, no. That is... Why? Oh, and Zeus just ate some lady. How fair with that? But now, the word oftenest used to describe Athena is gray-eyed, or sometimes translated to flashing-eyed. The thing is, I don't really like Athena because she was like the originator of spiders. This is sure, they're helpful, but I don't like to wake up with one on my face. But yeah, of the three virgin goddesses, she was the chief and the maiden as her title. And Parthenos and her temple, the Parthenon in later poetry, she is the embodiment of wisdom, reason, and purity. Athens was her special city. The olive created by her was her tree. The owl her bird. So, you know, I might not like her, but Odette might. You know, very... Yeah! Here's the thing. It was... Yeah, no, my arachnophobia. Screw freaking Athena for, you know, she's badass in the arena. A match with the queen of the best strategies we've seen. Yeah, no. Nah. But we also have, you know, just moving on, let's talk about some other children. Let's talk about Apollo. But no, the son of Zeus and Leto, born in the little island of Delos, he has been called the most Greek of all gods. He has a beautiful figure in Greek poetry, the master musician who delights Olympus as he plays on his golden lyre, the lord, too, of the silver bow. The archer god, far-shooting, the healer as well, who first taught men the healing art. Even more than these good and lovely endowments, he is the god of light, in whomst is no darkness at all. And so he is the god of truth. No false word ever falls from his lips. Like a jack of most trades. Was a god Apollo named after the Apollo program of spaceships? I failed my science class. Okay, I got like a D minus, but I can forget it. But yeah, no, it was like, here's the thing. Oh, Phoebus, from your throne of truth. For your dwelling place at the heart of the world, you speak to men. But Zeus's decree, by Zeus's decree, no lie comes there, no shadow to darken the world of truth. Zeus sealed by an everlasting right Apollo's honor, that all may trust with unshaken faith when he speaks. But yeah, the vice versa, I still don't know. Anything space, science, it doesn't matter what type of science, I won't be good at it. I have tried. I have tried many. Well, no, Delphi, under towering Delphi, under towering Parnassus, where Apollo's oracle was, plays an important part in mythology. Castelia was its sacred spring. Cephasus, there we go. There's so many names that I need to learn how to pronounce better. But Cephasus, its river, it was held to be the center of the world. So many pilgrims came to it from foreign countries, as well as Greece. No other shrine rivaled it. The answers to the questions, as well as the anxious seekers of truth, were delivered by a priestess who went into a trance before she spoke. The trance was supposed to be caused by a vapor rising from the deep cleft in the rock over which her seat was placed, the three-legged stool, the tripod. The first tripod. No, but Apollo was called Delian from Delos, the island of his birth, and Pythian from his killing of a serpent, the python, which once lived. Python. Now you're forgetting how to say python. Damn. Well, welcome, Isaac. How are you, Nello? But yeah, no, which once lived in the cave of Parnassus. It was a frightful monster, and the contest was severe, but in the end, the god's unerring arrows won the victory. Another name often given to him was the Lycian. Oh yeah, Ellen, there's always some variant regardless of mythology. For yeah, shamans go by many names depending. Well, that's very cool. But no, in the Iliad, Apollo is called the Sminthean. Good old the mouse god. Whether he has protected mice or destroyed them, no one knows. No one knows. Truth is, Apollo might just be a menace to mice. He might save them, but he also might just be a menace to them. Often he was the sun god too. His name Phoebus meant like brilliant, shining. Accurately, however, the sun god was Helios, child of the Titan Hyperion. Yeah. Mouse god Apollo is this thing. Very interesting title. For Apollo at Delphi was a purely beneficent tower. A direct link between gods and men, guiding men to know the divine will. Showing them how to make peace with the gods, the purifier too, able to cleanse even those stained with the blood of their kindred. Nevertheless, there are a few tales told of him which showed him pitiless and cruel. Two ideas were fighting in him, as in all gods, a primitive, crude idea that one was beautiful and poetic. In him, though, only a little of the primitive is left. The laurel was his tree. Many creatures were sacred to him. Chief among them, the dolphin and the crow. Behold, this is the reason why I'm an abomination to mice. No, this is why I do music. This is secretly why. Not quite secretly, I guess, but you know. Crow mention, yeah! Yeah, the dolphin and the crow. If only it was like the Pegasus and the crow, but nah, Poseidon had to take that. I wanted to chill with Rev. under one Olympian. But nah. Let's talk about a different one. The twin. Oh my god, Owner Buzz, welcome back. You said you'd be back, thank you. You're just in time for good old Apollo's twin. The one that the freaking badass. We're good, hopefully. Artemis, on the other hand, we don't know, for she's the daughter of Zeus and Leto, just like her twin. Like, one of the three maiden goddesses of Olympus, much more intense. I'm intense in a different way. I'm intense at panicking. I don't know what about, but it would be about something. For golden Aphrodite, who stirs with love all creation, cannot bend nor ensnare three hearts. Pure maiden Vesta, grey-eyed Athena, who cares but for war and the arts of the craftsman. Artemis, lover of woods, and the wild chase over the mountains. I love pandemonium. No, she was the lady of wild things. Huntsman and chief to the gods. An odd office for said woman, like good huntsman. She was careful to preserve the young, for she was the protectress of dewy youth. Alright, Ellen. But no, nevertheless, with one of those startling contradictions so common in mythology, she kept the Greek fleet from sailing to Troy until they sacrificed a maiden to her. In many another story too, she is fierce and revengeful. You know, this would make sense, her being born from Uranus's like severed ball side. That would check out. But nah. On another hand, when women died in a swift and painless death, they were held to have been slain by her silver arrows. No, I mean like people that they like killed the. But no, as like, Apollo was the sun, she was the moon. Called Phoebe and Selene. Freaking Phoebe and Selene, pretty much. Or like Luna in Latin. Now, neither name originally belonged to her. Phoebe was a Titan, one of the older gods. So too was Selene, a moon goddess indeed. But not connected with Apollo, for she was a sister of Helios, the sun god with whom Apollo was confused. In later poets, Artemis is identified with Hecate. Yeah, she is married to Hephaestus. Now, she is the goddess with three forms: Selene in the sky, Artemis on earth, Hecate in the lower world, and in the world above when it is wrapped in darkness. For Hecate was the goddess of the dark of the moon. black nights when the moon is hidden, she was associated with the deeds of darkness. The goddess of the crossways, which were held to be ghostly places of evil magic and awful divinity. Bah. Yeah, Luna. Luna means moon. Moon is, yeah. No, we have putting my reverb back on for this. For Hecate of hell, mighty to shatter every stubborn thing. Hark, hark, her hounds are baying through the town, where three roads meet, there she is standing. It is a strange transformation from the lovely huntress flashing through the forest, from the moon making all beautiful with the light, from the pure maiden goddess, for whom whoso is chaste of light utterly may gather leaves and fruits and flowers and unchaste never. But yeah. In her is shown most vividly the uncertainty between good and evil, which is apparent in every one of the divinities. The cypress was sacred to her, in all wild animals, but especially the deer. Okay. Where's my echo comes, my squeak comes back. But you know, now I'm just thinking back to, hair was called, beautiful. But you know who was the goddess of beauty? The goddess of good old love of, you know, irresistible one. Yeah, no, Aphrodite. Yeah, Aphrodite. Or Venus. The goddess of love and beauty who beguiled all gods and men alike. The laughter-loving goddess who laughed sweetly or mockingly at those her wiles had conquered. The irresistible goddess who stole away even the wits of the wise. She is the daughter of Zeus and Dione in the Iliad, but in the later poems she is said to have sprung from the foam of the sea, and her name was explained meaning the foam risen. Aphros is like foam in Greek. This sea birth took place near Cythera. Oops, that was not good. But yeah, both islands were ever after sacred to her, and she was called Cytherea or the Cyprian. Welcome, Nello there. How are you? But also often as by her proper name, for one of the Homeric hymns calling her beautiful golden goddess says of her, the breath of the west wind bore her over the sounding sea, up from the delicate foam to wavering cypress her isle. And the hours golden wreath welcomed her joyously, for they clad her in raiment immortal and brought her to the gods. Wonder seized them all as they saw violet-crowned Cytherea. Yeah, hello map! Welcome! But yeah, the Romans wrote of her in the same way. With her beauty comes the winds flee before her, and the storm clouds, sweet flowers embroider the earth. The waves of the sea laugh, and she moves the radiant light. Without her, there was no joy nor loveliness anywhere. And this is the picture the poets like to paint best of her, But she had another side too. That was natural that she should cut a poor figure in the Iliad, where the battle of heroes is the theme. She is a soft, weak creature there, whom a mortal need not fear to attack. But in later poems, she is usually shown as a treacherous and malicious, exerting a deadly and destructive power over men. In most stories, though, she is the wife of Hephaestus, the lame and ugly god of the forge. Not my words. And you know, the myrtle was her tree, the dove her bird sometimes too, and the sparrow, and the swan. But yeah. And then we have Hermes, the one that I would like to say, I would like to associate myself with a little bit. We're both a little mischievous, little goofy, little, you know. Here's the thing. Zeus was Hermes' father. Not really a big surprise there. And Maya, daughter of Atlas, his mother. Maya, yeah. But because of a very popular statue, his appearance is more familiar to us than that of any other god. For he was graceful and swift in motion. On his feet were winged sandals. Wings were on his low-crowned hat too, and on his magic wand, the caduceus. There we go. He was Zeus's messenger, who flies as fleet as thought to do his bidding. Of all the gods, he was the shrewdest and most cunning. In fact, he was the master thief who, started upon his career before he was a day old. Yeah, video. Was it not Caduceus? Was it not the Caduceus? Wait, no. I have failed in every way. I would like to apologize. No, but yeah. Here's the thing. Like, Hermes is a thief. Yeah, god of merchants, thieves, messenger of the gods, so to say. But no, the babe was born at the break of day, and ere the night fell, he had stolen away. Apollo's herds. So, Zeus made him give him back, but, he won Apollo's forgiveness by presetting him with the lyre, which he had just invented. I mean, presenting, not presetting. No! You heard nothing, Vigio! From making it out of a tortoise's shell, perhaps there was some connection between that very early story of him and the fact that he was the god of commerce and the market, protector of traders. In odd contrast to this idea of him, he was also the solemn guide of the dead, the divine herald who led the souls down to their last home. And he appears, often, in tales of mythology more than, any other god. But he just sent people. He was a good guide. I mean, not a good guy, but a good guide, very fun. But how did those people die in the first place? Maybe some may say war. And who was associated with war? Ares. Good old Mars. We have a segue going on. Good old transition. But every good guy needs a good guide, and the good guy doesn't need to be a good guy. But with that, we have the god of war, son of Zeus and Hera, both of whom Homer says detested him. So, least favorite child. Not the very least, but one of them, patron goddess of segues. No! Not yet. Yeah, this is how we got here. But no, indeed, he is hateful throughout the Iliad. Ares' poem of war through it is. Occasionally the heroes rejoice in the delight of his battle, but far oftener in having escaped the fury of the ruthless god. Homer calls him like murderous, bloodstained, the incarnate curse of mortals, and strangely a coward too. You can be like, oh, for you're good. He bellows with pain and runs away when he's wounded, yet has a train of attendants on the battlefield, which should inspire anyone with, confidence. His sister there, Eris, which means discord and strife, her son, the goddess of war, Enyo in Latin Bellona, walks beside him, and with her are terror and trembling and panic. Just a good old, I forgot the word. This is a good team. As they move, the voice of groaning arises behind them, and the earth streams with blood. The Romans liked Mars better than the Greeks liked Ares, for he never was to them the mean, whining deity of the Iliad, but magnificent in shining armor, redoubtable, invincible, the warriors of the great Latin heroic poem, the Aeneid. Yeah! Minor gods and goddesses are more well known for games and, media portrayals than actual, like before their actual stories. But no, far from rejoicing to escape from him, rejoice when they see that they're about to fall on Mars's field of renown. They rush on glorious death and find it sweet to die in battle. Ares figures little in mythology. In one story, he's the lover of Aphrodite, and held up in the contempt of the Olympians by Aphrodite's husband, Hephaestus. But for this most part, he is little more than a symbol of war. He is not a distinct personality. Like Hermes, or Hera, or Apollo, he had no cities where he was worshipped. The Greeks said vaguely that he came from Thrace, home of the rude, fierce people in the northeast of Greece. Appropriately, his bird was a vulture. The dog was wronged by being chosen as his animal. Which was sad, the dog, it's just the dog. It didn't matter what dog, it was a dog. It was his animal. The dog deserves better, yeah. Maybe it was John Wick's dog. But yeah, it was just stuff like that. But yeah. Seen on the cinema, yeah. No! But you know what? We've been seeing Hephaestus around a couple of stories, But who is he? Who is this god? Vulcan and can't say the other name. Hephaestus, Vulcan, Mosiver. I don't think I said that right. It wasn't a sneeze. No, the god of fire, sometimes said to be the son of Zeus and Hera, sometimes of Hera alone. Who bore him in retaliation for Zeus's having brought forth Athena. Among the perfectly beautiful immortals, he only was ugly. He was lame as well. In one place of the Iliad, he says that his shameless mother, when she saw that he was born deformed, cast him out of heaven. And in another place, he declares that Zeus did this angry with him for trying to defend Hera. The second story is known better because of Milton's familiar lines. For Hephaestus was thrown by angry Jove, sheer o'er the crystal battlements. From morn to noon he fell. From noon to dewy eve, a summer's day, and with the setting sun, dropped from the zenith like a falling star, on Lemnos, the Aegean Islands. But these events, however, were supposed to have taken place by the far distant past. In Homer, he is in no danger of being driven from Olympus. He is highly honored there. The workmen of the immortals, their armorer and smith who makes their dwellings and their furnishing as well as their weapons. In his workshop, he has handmaidens he has forged out of gold who can move and who can help him with his work. In later poets, his forge is often said to be under this or, that volcano and cause eruptions. His wife is one of the three graces in the Iliad called Aglaia of Hesiod. I definitely butchered the second part, but you know what? We're fine. For in the Odyssey, she is Aphrodite. No, not, blah, blah, blah. It was Aphrodite. Yeah, the volcano, yeah. You're correct. Oh, yeah. But no, Hephaestus was a kindly, peace-loving god, popular on earth as in heaven. With Athena, he was important in the life of the city. The two were the patrons of handicrafts, the arts of which, along with agriculture, are the support of civilization. He is the protector of the smiths, as she is the weavers. When children were formally admitted to the city organization, the god of the ceremony was Hephaestus. But yeah. For that, there's not much else said about him for this page. But then, we talked about the children. Let's talk about the siblings. Let's talk about the third virgin goddess. We talked about the other two. We talked about Athena and Artemis. So let's talk about Hestia. Zeus's sister. She had no distinct personality. She actually played near to nothing in myths. Yeah. It was Demeter? No, she's later on. It is weird though. Many stories in mythology is weird. Oh yeah, goddess of the hearth, symbol of the home, around which newborn child must be carried before it could be received into the family. Every meal began and ended with an offering to her. For Hestia, in all dwellings of men and immortals, yours is the highest honor, the sweet wine offered first and last at the feast, poured out to you duly. Yeah, Hestia. Never without you can gods or mortals hold banquet. For each city too had the public hearth sacred to Hestia, where the fire was never allowed to go out. If a colony was to be founded, colonists carried with them coals from the hearth of the mother city, of which to kindle the fire in new city's hearth. But in Rome, her fire was cared for by 6 virgin priestesses called the Vestals. But that's all really to be known about her. Unless you count Hestia being Bestia in Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I know which anime it is. I don't like that I know which anime, but it's fun. But those were the big gods. The big shots, so to say. that, we also have the lesser gods. Oh, stuffed crust, oh god. The string goes, and it's going, and it's going, I don't know. But we're just moving on to the lesser gods. Such as, we know of Cupid, we know of, Eros, we know this thing. Homer knows nothing of him. But to Hesiod, he is fairest of the deathless gods. In early stories, he is oftenest a beautiful, serious youth. I think the music's still loud. I don't know. But he is oftenest a beautiful, serious youth who gives good gifts to men. This idea the Greeks had of him is best summed up not by a poet but by a philosopher. For Plato, love, Eros, makes his home in men's hearts, but not in every heart. From where there is hardness, he departs. And now his greatest glory is that he cannot do wrong nor allow it. Force never comes near him, for all men serve him of their own free will. And he whom love touches not walks in darkness. In the early accounts, Eros was not Aphrodite's son, but merely her occasional companion. Yeah. But in later poets, he was her son, and almost invariably a mischievous, naughty boy, or worse. So, not evil his heart, but honey sweet his tongue. No truth in him, the rogue. He is cruel in his play. Small are his hands, yet arrows fly far as death. So that's where the cherub bit came from. He just had tiny hands. But also tiny his shaft, but it carries heaven high. Touch not his treacherous gifts, for they are dipped in fire. But he was often represented as blindfolded because love is often blind. In attendance upon him was Antares, said sometimes to be avenger of slighted love, sometimes the one who opposes love. Also Himeros, or longing, and Hymen, the god of the wedding feast. Hebe was goddess of youth, the daughter of Zeus and Hera. And sometimes she appears as a cupbearer to the gods. Sometimes that office is held in Ganymede. Beautiful young Trojan prince who was seized and carried up to Olympus by Zeus's eagle. There's no stories about, many of these gods. Oh, yeah, no. Love arrows, love axes, love whips, love... There were many forms that he used, and it's become a thing. But yeah, there were many gods alongside him that were just kind of overshadow. And, kidnapping princes, that's a completely normal thing. Don't check the basement. No, alongside the minor gods, we also have the Graces. There were three, for there was Aglaia, I think it was, Resplendor, Mirth, and Thalia. Wait, no. Euphrosyne? Euphrosyne. There we go. Sort of. But, or the Mirth. And Thalia, good cheer. And they were the daughters of Zeus and Aranome. And child of the Titan, Ocean, and welcome Civic! Hello! But instead, in the story, Homer and Hesiod told the Aglaia, that Aglaia. Aglaia. There we go. This myth, we're talking about the Graces. We're talking about the lesser gods. The ones that aren't as well known. No. Aglaia married Hephaestus. There was one. But they are not treated as separate personalities, but always together. The triple incarnation of grace and beauty, and no death here. But here's the thing. The gods delighted them when they danced enchantingly to Apollo's lyre, and the man they visited was happy. They give life its bloom, and together with their companions, the Muses, they were queens of song, and no banquet without them they could please. Those were the Graces. A much less well-known version, because, you know, the Muses, you've heard of, like, the be my muse, stay there so I can paint you and use you as inspiration type thing. But the Graces, they were, you know, they existed. But not much is very well known about them. But yeah, then along came Zeus. But no, the Muses. Along came Zeus. Yeah, the freaking. Yes. Now I kind of want to watch Hercules again. But no, the Muses. They were, you know, 9 in number. There were 9 of them. The daughters of Zeus and memory. Nemosine. There we go. First, like the Graces, they were not distinguished for each other, for they are all, Hesiod said, one of mind, their hearts are set upon song, and their spirit is free from care. Yeah, highly inaccurate, but you know, it's always very fun. Very fun to watch. I had to do a full report on, you know, everything wrong, and there was everything wrong or inaccurate with Hercules. And that was, you know, like a 9-10 page research paper. But no. But yeah, he is happy for whom the Muses love, for though a man had sorrow and grief in his soul, yet when the servant of the Muses sings, at once he forgets his dark thoughts and remembers not his troubles. I want to do a watch along of Hercules. That would be fun. Now, such is the holy gift of the Muses all to men. Hey, enjoy your food. After I stream, I'm probably gonna grab lunch, dinner, probably. Can grab food. But now, in later times, each had her own special field. For Clio was a muse of history, Urania of astronomy, Melpomene, Dopamine. Wait, no. No, Melpomene of tragedy. Talia of comedy. Terpsichore. There we go. No, not Alcmene. Not Alcmene. Alcmene. Dopamine. No, the Terpsichore of the dance. Calliope of epic poetry. Erido of love poetry. Polyhymnia of songs to the gods. Euterpe of lyric poetry. There we go, I got it. Hopefully. I probably butchered that, and I would like to formally apologize. I kinda... No. Hesiod lived near Helicon, one of the Muses' mountains, and the others were Pyrrhus and Pieria, where they were born, Parnassus, and of course, Olympus. One day the nine appeared to him, and they told him, "We know how to speak false things that seem true, but we know when we will to, utter true things." Dopamine, goddess of weed, 420, goddess Snoop God, Snoop Goo, Snoop God. No, instead of Snoop God, instead of Snoop Dogg, it would be, Poons God? I don't know. But, here's the thing. The Muses, they were companions of Apollo, god of truth, as well as the Graces. Pindar called the lyre theirs, as well as Apollo's. For the golden lyre, to which the dancer step listens. On the lake by Apollo and the violet-wreathed Muses. The man they inspired was sacred far beyond any priest. Snoop Dogg was a Greek god confirmed. No, it was actually Poons God. But yes, Civic. Also, welcome Jota, Nello. But yeah, for the Muses, as the idea of Zeus became loftier, two august forms sat beside him, in Olympus. For Themis, which means the right or divine justice, and then DK, the human justice, pretty much. But they never became real personalities, for the same was true personified emotions, esteemed highest of all feelings in Homer and Hesiod. Nemesis, usually translated as righteous feelings in Homer. Righteous anger in Eidos, a difficult word to translate, but in common use among the Greeks. It means reverence and the shame that holds men back from wrongdoing. But also welcome. Is it Koya? I hope it is, or else I'm sorry. But here's the thing. It also means the feeling a prosperous man should have in the presence of the unfortunate, not compassion, but a sense that difference between him and those poor wretches is not deserved. I am reading the story of the Muses, Greek Mythology, Timeless Tales of Gods and Heroes by Edith Hamilton. Thank you for liking. Thank you. But yeah, it does not seem, however, that either Nemesis or Eidos had their home with the gods. For Hesiod said that only when men have finally become completely wicked will Nemesis and Eidos, their beautiful faces veiled in white raiment, leave the wide earth and depart to the company of the immortals. But yeah, from time to time, a few mortals were translated to Olympus, but the one had been brought to heaven, they vanished from literature. Their stories will be told later, Oh, hey, Karma! What was I? Wait, what? Welcome, Karma, welcome, Nello. I didn't even squeak, though. That's me. But yeah. Oh, I wasn't eating. I mean, I had some pretzels. Sort of. Poster? Which poster? There was a poster? Ice cream! Yeah, no, it was like a strawberry ice cream thing. I forgot about it. It was just hot out. No worries, Karma. I totally didn't forget my stream either or anything. I don't know what you're talking about. We don't talk about that. Yeah, totally not. I totally didn't post my, streaming now thing 2 minutes before I was supposed to. But you know what? New category. We're good. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous from rainy summer. I am a Capri Sun. I kind of want a Capri Sun. Oh yeah, I'm a very early bird. What do you mean? I No, I didn't. Back off from what? Wait, no, now I'm confused. Wait, pause. No, I know. No, but you know what? You know what? Can I just do the rest of my stream like this, just as a cave dweller? Would that be something? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. No, not there. Yeah, no, I know my echo was echoing. But yeah, no, here's the thing. Why should I fly when I can just relax in a cave, not underneath the beating sun? I don't want to go outside. I honestly don't feel too hot right now, ironically. Raining for you, still hot for me. But you know what? Speaking of raining, what's rain but water? What is water? Let's talk about the gods of waters. I'm just working on my segues. But no, we have Poseidon, Neptune, the Lord ruler of the sea, Mediterranean, the friendly sea, you know, underground rivers too. Those were his. Those are his. Squirtle, a titan. Wait, no, wait, shit. Squirtle was not a titan. Wait, no. Welcome back, DD. No, we have Ocean, not Squirtle. Ocean. It was a titan, lord of the river Ocean, a great river encircling the earth. His wife, also a titan, you know, named Tethys. Also, yeah, welcome back, Nello. Oh, now I just want Pokemon as titans. That would be funny. No, the Oceanids, the nymphs of this great river were their daughters. The gods of all the rivers on earth were their sons. I would like compensation for you eating my people. How dare? I see how it is. At least I've been spared, but you know. Mm. Let's talk about Pontus. Hey, yo, no. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're talking about Pontus. Let's talk about the deep sea. Thank you, Joja. But the deep sea, the son of Mother Earth. The father of Nereus, the sea god, far more important than he himself was. You know, like children surpassing their parents. That's some good shit right there. But Nereus was just, he was called the old man of the sea. So what would that make Pontus but the very old man? But yeah, no, Nereus, trusty god, gentle, who thinks just and kindly thoughts and never lies. His daughter, his wife was Doris, daughter of the ocean, and they had 50 lovely daughters. And you know, nymphs of the sea called the Nereids, from their father's name, one of whom, Thetis, was the mother of Achilles. 50. Yeah, you did not mishear me. They had 50 daughters. But yeah, Poseidon's wife, Amphitrite, was another one. But yeah, nymphs of the sea, all 50. Very fun time. Hey, you're true though. But now let's like everything in the sea, interesting time. But you know what's also involved with the sea? The Little Mermaid. And you know who Ariel's father was? King Triton. You know who Triton was? The trumpeter of the sea. For his trumpet was a great shell, and he was the son of Poseidon and Amphrite. No! Why'd he clip that? Ah! This is normal. This is normal. But no, Proteus, sometimes said to be Poseidon's son, sometimes his attendant, had both the power of foretelling the future and changing his shape as well. He was a shapeshifter. He was just a chill dude. He was just kind of there. No one knows much about Proteus because lesser god. And oh my god, is that Nox or Fee? Is this the actual one? Is this the Nox I know? Is this my Nox? Is this my granny? Is this my granny and some? Or my mother and others? I don't know anymore. I'm so lost. Quick! How did I feel everything? Morbius, wait. I was talking about the wait. I'm going home. Dogs, I'm sorry. Let me just stay in the cave. Someone dig a hole for me. Nox, I love you, I swear. No, here's the thing, Nox. Who was your favorite type? Like Squirtle. No! Oh, yay, yay, I'm happy. Oh, thank you, Neko. But yeah, video, and I have the same question. Is Squirtle your favorite, Squirtle your favorite Titan? And, yeah. If not, it's gonna be a, how dare? I see how it is, Squirtle. Damn. Ah, this makes sense. I get it. But you know what? That was understandable. I haven't done that in a short minute. Grasses. I prefer the skies. But we talked about like the skies, the grass, but we talked about water and/or the seas. I know, I can only like touch the water, clouds. Yeah. But we have the naiads or water nymphs. They just kind of dwell in brooks, springs, fountains, sometimes killing people, other times just chilling. We can feel air. Hey, wait, no! For a second, I didn't know you were talking about me, Neko. Wait, no! No! 40 squeaks is intact. You too, not. Wait. I mean, enjoy your day, night. I don't. No, but this topic, we're still in like Gods of Waters. We're still in Gods of Waters. And Pokemon. But with that, like naiads, water nymphs. SpongeBob, water nymph. Wait, no. SpongeBob was just a sponge. Naiads were water nymphs. They were just kind of chilling. Brooks, springs, mountains. The sky's the limit. But with that, we also have like Lakothea, or Lelouch, not Lelouch, not Kogias, not that dude. Lacothea, and her son, Palamon. Once mortals became divinities of the sea. And also Glaucus, but those three were unimportant. As said. Do better for what? Wait! Also pause because I forgot to take my meds today. Give me a quick second. Further, thank you. But I have failed in many ways. Freaking, little break, Yeah. I am now. There were so many minor deities that's kind of mildly concerned. Like, there were so many. Whether it was like Roman gods, lesser gods of the earth, the underworld, actually there were a lot of gods of the earth. I don't mind some brutal honesty. You know, we're good. Or brutal. But you know, I heard Demeter being mentioned. Bird of fire. Ay. I kind of want to do for the underworld section. I just want to use my deep voice and I don't know why. I kind of want to see how that would go. At the same time, it's too much work. So for that, we start with the lesser gods of Earth. For Earth herself was called the All-Mother, but she was not really a divinity. Do better with what? Oh wait, I do. I mean, I kind of want to scare you. Hey, yo, no! No. Do better, do deeper? Should I do my deep voice for this one? Alright. No, I'm not angry now. I don't get angry, I just get eerily calm. Jota, context, please. I need it too. Because for let's just move on to the underworld. I don't want to skip this chapter.
Alright. Then the kingdom of the dead.
Should I do that voice? Should I? Okay. But here's the thing.
The kingdom of the dead was ruled by one of the 12 great Olympians, Hades or Pluto, and his queen Persephone.
What? No, I'm not evil.
But no, it is often called by his name Hades.
No! Do I want my image to ever recover? Do I want to be a gremlin? Or do I want to just
Randomly surprise, everyone with this voice.
I know, right? It's crazy. Oh, fine. We're sticking to my normal voice then. Fear the deep voice now, No! Come back! No, but in the Odyssey, the way it leads over the edge to the world across the ocean. Probably the one that I do the most. Oh, you know, this is normal now. This is the normal one. Oh yeah, no, I would still be very clumsy. No. I mean, answer. Yeah, we have a Nell multiverse now. It's like dark mode Rigsy, but uh, me. Lying about what? Wait, wait. Pause. Not really pause. Not very long. Maybe like 5 minutes, and then it just starts to hurt a bit. So it's just draining. What about me? I mean, I did burn my village down. I do have. I don't know anymore. Done with what? Alright, I'm continuing this passage. Ah, thank you. The ice cream was fake. That was the only thing. No, I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened. Welcome, welcome, Mad Ghouls. Deal with what? Wait. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, who said I left any survivors? Yeah, no, Jota context. Yeah, about thank you, Stuffcast. But no, in the Odyssey, the way it leads over the edge of the world across the ocean. In later poets, there are various entrances to it, from the earth through caverns beside deep lakes. Tartarus and Erebus are sometimes two divisions of the underworld. For Tartarus, the deeper of the two, the prison of the suns and earth. Erebus, where the dead pass as soon as they die. Often, however, there is no distinction between the two, and is either is used, especially Tartarus, as a name for the entire lower region. In Homer, the underworld is vague, a shadowy place inhabited by shadows. Nothing's real there. So the ghost existence, if it can be called that, is like a miserable dream. And yeah, if I sing. Oh, nice video. But no. The later poets define the world of the dead more and more clearly as a place where the wicked are punished and the good rewarded. In the Roman poet Virgil, this idea is presented in great detail as in no Greek poet. Alright, Neka, thank you for stopping by. But no. All the torments of this one class and joys of the other are described at length, for Virgil too was the only poet who gives clearly the geography of the underworld. The path down to it leads to where Acheron, the river of woe, pours into Coctus, the river of lamentation. An aged boatman named Chiron ferries the souls of the dead across the water in the further bank, where stands the adamantine. Okay, yeah, Acheron. Okay, Sharon. No, wait, no. Acheron. I failed. Do I call him Sharon now? Karen, no. No, but Amanda. I had it and then I just forgot it. Wait, no. But stands that one gate to Tartarus, the name Virgil prefers. For Chiron, Sharon, fuck. will receive into his boat only the souls of those upon whose lips the passage money was placed when they died, and who were duly buried. On guard before the gate sits Cerberus, the three-headed dragon-tailed dog who permits all spirits to enter, but none to return. On his arrival, each one is brought before three judges. Yes, yes. What's up, Jota? Oh, I'm sorry. Ah. No, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I just want to get this passage finished in the 10 minutes. Because I actually kind of feel kind of nauseous. I don't want to. So I'm going to go eat and, function humanly. But with that, we also had. Yeah, I will. Thank you. I can get through this. Because we have Radman. Freaking. No, Radamanithus. Or like Minos, Akis. I'm getting Radman. I forgot the other Radam. The RHAD Amanthus. Freaking. I'll get there. But yeah, here's the thing. These three, like Minos, because they pass sentence, send the wicked to everlasting torment, and the good to a place of blessedness called the Elysian Fields. Yeah. But no, three other rivers besides Chiron and Cactus, separate underworld from the world above, Phlegathon. That doesn't sound right. Here's the thing. Phlegathon. No. Phlegathon is the only way I know how to pronounce this. But now the river of fire, Styx, river of the unbreakable oath by which gods swear, and the river of forgetfulness, which I think I drank from one too many times. And thank you. We got 9 minutes. But somewhere in this vast region is Pluto's palace. But beyond saying that it is many gated and crowded with innumerable guests, no writer describes it a round or wide waste, wan and cold, meadows of asphodel. Presumably strong, pallid, ghostly flowers. We do not know anything more about it, really. For the poets did not care to linger in that gloom-hidden abode. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely like, a normal voice better than the deep voice. I don't want to do that one again. Oh, thank you. But then we also have the Furies. Thank you. Ah. Oh, yeah, it's overwhelming. Nate, welcome, Nello. Ah. I'm ending the stream in 8 minutes, so I'm sorry. We have the Furies. Good old punished evildoer punishers. No, they're not family. Karma, I'm ending it in 7 minutes. I'm gonna go eat soon, I promise. It does hurt. My deep voice does hurt after a certain period of time, so I don't really do it often. This is definitely much more straining. It's easier when I sing though. But yeah, food! But no, the furries, they're placed by Virgil in the underworld. They punish evildoers. Greek poets thought of them like chiefly pursuing sinners of the earth. They were like inexorable. You know, they're just. But no, some say like not even the sun will transgress his orbit, but the Erinyes, the ministers of justice, overtake him. Green and yellow are my main two colors. But no, they were usually represented as three for Tisiphone, Megara, and Alecto. But yeah, green and... Nah, I mean, yeah. If I want gold. I want to take some gold from someone. And then the last two beings from these two. Riri, welcome! But yeah, we have sleep and death. You know, these two brother dwelt the lower world. Dreams too ascended from there to men. They passed through two gates, one of horn, although which true dreams went, one of ivory for false dreams. And that is all known. That is all that is known about, you know, just the underworld in general. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here and just sing a little something and then end the stream, because I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not ending just now. Probably. Oh my god, the cult. Rev's cult. Gato. The grandfather. No one's at fault. No one's at fault. I'm happy I did better though. Thanks, Vigio. That definitely means a lot. I tried to be prepared, but then I just felt kind of nauseous, and I'm sorry. But yeah, no. Shinies are much appreciated. Like the Melanie Martinez one? Or a different one? Who lives in a pineapple under the sea, SpongeBob SquarePants. That's not the right one, but you know. House of Gold. Alana. I just forgot how it goes. Wait, shit. Thank you. No, Droplet. You're just in time for my song, but then I'm ending. Which soap? The Melanie Martinez one? Okay. I'm not looking at the lyrics. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know how to spell soap. It's like 4 letters. Yeah, I got it. Wait, was it this one? Yeah. I think it was this one.
There's only a few.
Nope, that wasn't it. If you drive 4 F-150. Wait. Was it this? Ba-da-ba. Got it! Okay. I just need the first second. No. Think I just remembered something. Think I got the faucet running. Now I want to filling up the tub. Wait.
Darling, it is soaking in it. Honey, you'll get out the minute. Notice all your fingers pruning off.
Ah. Wait, what was the rest? Shit, no. Ah.
Tired of being careful, gentle, trying to keep the water warm.
Me under your skin. I don't think that's how it goes. Shit. Ah. Wait, I forgot. I only remember Rabbit. Was it Rabbit Hole? I forgot. I haven't sung many, fucking now. Okay. I'm trying again. I'm trying again. Okay.
Think I just remembered something. Think I let the faucet running. Now there's a feeling at the top. Darling, it is soaking in it. Now you'll get out the minute. Notice all your fingers building up. I'm tired of being careful, gentle, trying to keep the water warm. Get under your skin. I don't think that's how it goes, but then, there it goes. Said too much, it overflowed. Do I always spill? But I found feeling someone on my throat. There's no out that whistle. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. Coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap.
Thank you.
Trouble, so I fill my path with trouble.
Tell us the way. I don't remember what else I gotta say.
Tired of being careful, gentle, trying to keep the water warm. We get under your skin, don't know if that's the nothing. Uh-oh, there it goes. I said too much, it overflowed. Why do I always spill? I feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap. Feel it coming out my throat. Guess I better wash my mouth out with soap. God, I wish I never spoke. Now I gotta wash my mouth out with soap.
Yeah. I tried. It was good, Rizwan. Ah, thank you. But with that, I shall end the stream, get some food before I probably pass out or, fail at humaning. I mean, it makes sense, I'm a bird. But with that, bye-bye, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. Nice. Wait, how do I... Shit, wait, why is my finger... There we go.